way.
Yeah.
Nick was there, but he was only next to one of them.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the middle of something important. I was
Currently
like, oh,
trying
well, I
to
don't want
get
them to get hurt.
the game set
So
up.
Surely nothing
John,
bad will happen.
well, to be fair, John did have tandem action as a summoner. He could have commanded his Eidolon to do at least one action every turn, and it wasn't doing anything at the time. He could have
Inefficient
sticked it
Oh,
already
play.
with the comfy.
you could have told me that.
Well, that's the thing. I would have if I remembered before before it was after the session already. After the session, I remembered and I was like, ah, crap. I reminded him of this earlier in the session. I probably should have reminded him then if I remembered.
Rule of
I-
playing your character. Be sure to read over everything your character can do.
You should know your character better than the GM does, but the GM should also know enough about your character that they can effectively run a game with your character in it. These are the rules
Mm-hmm.
of the trade. These are the laws of the jungle. As old and as
like,
true as the sky.
I am fine with Hermos dying. I think what makes it worse is how much I feel bad because everybody else tried so hard. They did.
They tried
Mm-hmm.
Oh
so
yeah,
hard
he was like
and
he
got
would have
so
been in a
far.
much better spot if only he didn't have that negative healing.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
if
got
only I
poisoned as
wasn't.
well.
If only it wasn't for that deadly poison every round.
And these
Yup.
incredibly acrobatic compies that Sarah cast an AoE spell with two of them had like one hit point left,
Right, Dice So
and all
Nice is
three of them
active.
critical succeeded their saves to avoid all the damage.
Alright, let me see.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we're gonna be slow to start, so I'm actually gonna start this
Alright,
fight.
everyone make sure that you. Well, I'm about to start, so make sure that you set up your 3D dice so that they look how
Uh-huh.
you want.
How do you even change that?
It's
It'll
in your
be
settings.
it's in your settings. Yeah. So
Game settings. Or is it in user configuration? I don't see it anywhere.
um, mine's popped up in my chat. Let's
I
just
don't
see
even
if
see Dice So Nice as a module.
Go under configure game settings or configure settings.
Figure settings. Again, I don't see dice.
bird up.
It's appearing for me.
All right, relogging.
Here be dragons. Mm, these dice are nice. Prism.
Oh, there it is. Now I've got 3D dice settings.
They got the Tiger King dice and the bee wee wee dice.
Hmm. I know it says something about the GM.
I configured the standard dice, which is what I'm doing right now.
Ah, it's probably waiting on that for us to be able to edit ours.
No, I'm editing mine right now.
Yeah, I can edit mine as well.
Well, I guess I am also reloading. God.
Hmm. Nah.
All right, the standard dice have been set. Now, the question is, how does it work for things like, let's say, oh, I have to click on a token to use that option. What? Uh, why are why is my bar so condensed?
Let's see what happens. Roll 1d6.
So I
Whoa.
don't.
I mean, did anyone? Yeah.
I see it.
I can see it, but the stream can't see it for some reason.
Reload stream.
Reloading.
Now then, how far out of hand can I take this?
I mean, if you abuse it, then we're gonna have to turn it off.
Well, I'm more curious what's going to happen. I'm not going to go.
Let's test that after the game.
Well, okay. So it can handle 5d6, which is a. Let's see. I think the most you would ever roll at once is what, 10d6?
12d6
Ooh, I
is the
like
most that you would normally roll in the course of a campaign.
that. That's not.
Well, it'll handle it. I'll save my dumb idea for later.
Ah!
The only way to
So,
roll more dice is to fall from very high up. And
no, there's
I
still a
don't think
cap.
I don't think that
Can't believe I wasted that.
Mana has wasted a natural
That's
20.
why I've been rolling d6s.
All right,
I
let's
blame Nick.
transition.
Hey.
All right, say hi to the stream, everyone. Although we've been live for a minute and they're only just now able to really hear us,
You didn't say
unless
Hello.
anything?
unless I messed up somewhere and they could hear us this whole time, which I doubt I messed up that badly. Actually, let me make sure that they can actually hear us.
Yep.
Yes,
Always do
they.
your audio check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
This
Okay.
this dice. Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh
what?
What?
no. So the
Oh,
dice
wow.
actually go on top of your character sheet.
Well, they only stick around for a short while. It's not. I have it set so that they disappear relatively quickly.
Yeah, I'm still gonna pop out my character sheet. I am not dealing with that.
If you're using the dragon dice, I recommend having white letters to make it easier to read, or a light colored letter, something bright.
And I think I'm using lightning. Let's see here. Dice are nice. 3D dice settings.
Dice so
I'm doing.
nice that you roll them twice.
Yeah, I'm doing Starry Night with marble texture and chrome material.
Alright, so when last we left our heroes, they were wandering about after an exciting day of watching the tournament. They he ran into a bit of trouble as they were attacked by assassins. Well, three of them were. The other, Simon, decided to go and confront the leader of a church
Oh,
cult, a group of individuals those that have been antagonized by the party directly and managed to somehow not get assassinated on his way home.
Whoever have any questions?
Meanwhile, Adarpi, Dobat, and Nessa have visited the Adventurers Guild to find out information about various things and to get more information on helping Adarpi get her sister away from the clutches of the evil Trin and Edoras. Along, while leaving the Adventurers Guild, they were assaulted by a assassin from the um, yeah, an assassin who proceeded to try and poison them in the middle of the festivities. He's throwing a die that was laced with a poison that would slowly deteriorate their condition until they perished in their sleep. They were able to stop this assassin and and proceeded to cut her neck open in cold blood in the middle of the street in front of two bumbling guards, for which they were
Actually, it's
taken
more just like one bumbling guard.
one and a half bumbling guards. And they were taken into the station for questioning and later released after no evidence could be found of of their wrongdoing. Meanwhile, oh, nobody in Picari were hanging out in the tent, just chatting their day away, when they sensed something was wrong. Oh, outside of their tent was a hidden axolotl spying on their every movement, waiting for them to leave so that they can report to their lead master. After discovering them, they attempted to incapacitate them, which they did successfully. After which, the owner of said axolotl, named Zozo, appeared. His name was Hassan, a drow of the Sapphire clan, who is here working for uh, Bishop Amanda Cardell, working directly against Apep and the Archbishop Maxwell. He was trying to observe them to see why the Archbishop had taken such a notice of them, only to get found out, hoodwinked, and bamboozled to a point of incapacitation. And now he has begrudgingly he spilled the beans on his entire operation, hoping to gain allies in his fight, his and his master's fight against the notoriously hard hit on the notoriously hard archbishop, who's been very strict on a lot of practices in the church. Meanwhile, Mana has run into the midlife crisis question mark,
What do you mean?
having taken over the body of a failing businessman who owns a bread shop. That he's now having to wrestle with the fact that he has to take care of a child so that this person had, along with the baggage that they carried.
I mean, if you're gonna label it a crisis, I can cross that moral horizon.
Whoa,
Everyone
whoa,
has,
whoa.
after the fight with Hassan and Zozo, so Picari and Nobody made their trek to Mana's current location, which is the behind the bakery of that um, his new body owns. While they were doing this, Simon then waited for his friends and allies to show up back at the inn that they've been staying at, only for them not to show up, but instead a mysterious woman clad in red and gold appearing behind him and giving him a proposition that he just can't refuse to kill the admiral whom you're a bad guy, giving him 24 hours to consult with his constituents to see if they can make a deal. Later finding out that this lady, Scarlet Redscale, is actually the owner of the Nebonese bank that, that controls all the city's money. A very important figure indeed, of which he is sharing this information with the group as they have all gathered inside the magical tent behind the bakery, where we join them now.
So, quick recap. I was going to introduce the child to Nissa, Bakari, and Adarpi, I believe, as kind of the easiest to adjust members of the group, the least rough looking.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Link. I am literally a bard.
Yes, you are, but it's like I'm not saying introducing you won't happen, but it's like Adarpi looks younger, Nissa is younger, and Pakari has like no criminal record and just makes good food, which this child probably wants something other than bread-based food that they've probably been eating for a while.
Are we having bread pudding today again? I
How's
noticed
the
an
kid get in the
abnormally
tent?
large amount of stale bread in the cupboard, so I assume that we're making bread pudding for dinner tonight.
I already made dinner. That already happened.
Yeah, I'm
So
just
anyway,
joking.
I know. But yeah. So those were the. I think Ness is probably gonna be first. Akari, if she's willing, make can make breakfast. Since heavens no, I'm not the best person to cook. My palate may be a bit skewed.
Yeah, you just eat random dead things that you find on the side of the road or in
I do
bathroom
not eat
stalls.
random dead things.
You
Random
ate a
dead
random
people.
dead person that was in a bathroom stall. Is that not enough?
Okay. Also, I would just like to say I do not take over people's bodies. That implies that there's some level of like them left. I consume them and integrate them into my biomass.
No, you just become them.
When you say it that way, it still makes you sound like a horror movie monster.
He is a horror movie monster.
You
What are you
just
talking
said
about?
it more scientifically.
I mean,
Look,
they're the horror movie duo. I thought that was.
well, it's
Uh,
like you can't extract me from them.
uh,
It's the thing.
okay, but yeah, and I also said what I was gonna do when we went to sleep, which was let my mind wander to the. Uh, I forgot what
To
we called it.
the tomb,
Yeah, to the tomb
crypt.
place. Yeah, the crypt.
Hmm. All right. As you're resting, then your mind wanders. You're, but the first place you go to isn't in Layla's tomb. You find yourself in a library.
I just look around a little bit. Does the library seem familiar at all?
No, it's not a library you've seen before.
Hmm.
Could this be the library that's on the moon? The one that you've been searching for?
I'm gonna start walking and kind of like looking over the shelves.
Right. As you're walking, you come across a kobold that's currently he putting books on a shelf on this really, really tall ladder. It has to be like 80 feet up in the air. And it's just this yellow kobold just placing books on the shelf, just humming a little tune to themselves.
So he'll look around a little. Hello?
Huh? Um, you're not supposed to be here?
I don't even know how I got here.
The Apocrypha is closed to outsiders. How did you get here?
I fell asleep.
You, you mean you fell asleep and you wound up here?
Yes.
Hold on. You watch as she slides down the ladder, and she just walks over to you. She's
Wait,
probably
okay. While she's sliding down, does Dobat know about the Apocrypha?
um. You've heard the rumors. You've heard tale. Well, give me a history check to see how much you know.
I was about to say, because like I know the Apocrypha, I know that place very well. History. So 16.
A 16. All right. So, yeah, you've heard of the Apocrypha. It's like it's one of the divine realms of the platinum goddess, Bahamut.
Yeah, yeah. And so what? So while they're getting down, wait, the Apocrypha?
Yeah. Hold on. It's gonna take me a second. Like they're just
Yeah,
sliding down. Um,
yeah. As they do, he'll pull out. Because I think I remember he has the holy symbol of Bahamut Imperium.
mhm. All
Well,
right.
that makes a bit more sense.
All right. Sorry. Um, hello and welcome to the Apocrypha. She says as she waves her hand in the air, directing your attention to the endless book stacks. The library that has all known knowledge of everything that that's been, and is, and potentially what will be. Ooh, she waves her hands in like a jazz hand fashion. So,
Oh,
um, you don't seem to have a library pass, so you're not here officially. She waves her hand through you, and it just like it's this weird feeling, being like if you were like in a pool and someone was waving their arm nearby you, and it's
oh yeah, kind of like that wave feeling.
yeah, if, as they're moving their hand through you. Ah, you have been summoned here through a dream.
Huh?
As she does that, she reaches into her pouch and throws some little paper confetti in the air over you.
Does she notice the holy symbol I'm holding?
Uh, you must be a devout worshiper of her holiness.
Yes and no. I'm a bard by trade.
You're what? You're not a cleric, a paladin,
Bard.
a priest.
He pulls out he pulls out his flute. Bard.
Um, you're not. She grabs like a piece of paper. You're not a bishop, a clergyman, and a monk of some kind.
Bard. Through and through.
She takes off
Bard
her
from
she takes out her
Bard from
glasses.
over Bard from the lower steppes tundra region.
Um, what
In
exactly is
Gold
that?
I'm over in Goldport. I was over in Goldport before I fell
Uh,
asleep.
Goldport. She pulls out a small little book, a little booklet that seems to be an atlas of some kind. Goldport. Oh, this is the wrong
Uh,
year. She pulls out a second an
okay,
atlas.
Dobat knows the continent is Arcanus.
Yeah.
The Arcanus continent.
Hold on. Goldport. Right, what era are you from?
Uh, pulls up. Hold on. Pulls up calendar out of game because I forgot what our current era is.
It's the Irosian lunar calendar, so you guys are in the second era because
Oh yeah, second era.
really, huh?
And he'll give the Iroshian lunar calendar date as well.
It's you can look at the symbol calendar; it gives you the date. It's seven twenty
Well,
one.
I know I was. Yeah, 721. Iroshian lunar calendar.
Huh?
Currently, Erai the 22nd.
Really? Um, This is she goes through these note cards that she has. Says, you seem to be lost. I don't think you're supposed to be here.
I'm not. I
Like
was heading
as she
somewhere
says
else.
that, she looks up and then quickly gathers her things and starts bolts in the opposite direction.
Slowly turns around.
You see a huge red snake with a big scar across their left eye, looking at you with one giant pink eye. Ah, you
Out of
must.
game. You bringing it back early, huh?
I bring him back all the time, and it's you know him, you love him. He's everyone's favorite character, right?
I mean, I was the only one who helped him over in Titans.
You must be Dobat.
I am? And who might you be?
You may call me Amon.
And does he know the name?
Um, that's another history check.
Doop. That one.
No, you have never heard of Amon.
So I got a +9 to this skill. Eh,
Like
Luck was not on your side.
if if you've heard of him, it was like some obscure mention of his existence in, as part of like a group of other individuals. It was from
Yeah.
like a vague history textbook that you read a long time ago.
Hey, man, I don't think I've heard the name before.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to know me. I just have to know you.
Okay,
Now, I see that you're one who craves knowledge, right?
that is true.
Well, I have a proposition for you.
Sorry, hold on. Go ahead.
Well, if you want knowledge. You want power, right? You want to make yourself, you want to get stronger, don't you? So you can help your
No,
little friends out.
I seek knowledge to help everyone, but go ahead.
Well, have I can help you on all of those fronts. For if it's forbidden knowledge that you want, it is forbidden knowledge that Amon has.
Oh, bringing back a character that I know too well is causing me to have a internal conflict.
You can't use your pre-knowledge of these characters.
Also, this is him at a different time, so
Yeah, he doesn't have all the
different.
tentacle eyes this time.
That is true. However, a random giant snake in the appears in the Apocrypha, scares off this kobold, and is offering me a deal that's too good to be true.
Only too
I
good to be
mean,
true if you don't ask questions.
eh, well, go ahead. What's your deal?
Well, how about you you get access to magic that you could only dream of, knowledge that you can't find in your history books. In exchange, I simply just want you to, to take this sword. As he says that, he opens his mouth and his long black tongue comes out wielding this
Yeah.
scarily normal looking sword.
Detect
It's
magic immediately.
you you're detecting magic.
Oh yeah.
It is blinding looking in this place with the detect magic.
I thought the Apocrypha was mostly normal. It was just an extra, it's just an extra planar dimension. Let me go ahead and use the spell. But can I get anything off the sword?
Give me a Constitution check.
Hmm. Constitution, ability check,
All right.
13.
It takes a second, but your eyes sort of adjust to the general brightness of the space. You're able to kind of see the sword. The sword itself is far less magical than anything else in this space. Like the section in the library that you're currently at, pretty much all the books are glowing in various shades of magical energy.
Hmm.
And then Amon himself is just, he's a very magical being.
So he'll turn off the detect magic then. Pardon my rudeness. What's the catch?
The catch, you humans always assume, sorry, you mortals always assume that there's a catch to everything.
You're
In
offering
this,
me you're offering me power beyond what would normally be accessible in a what is essentially a divine domain. And all you're asking me to do is carry around a sword that seems less magical than every book on the shelf. Yes, there is something.
I need a friend on the other side. Not for anything nefarious. You see, I'm a connoisseur of knowledge, which is why I reside here at the goddess's graciousness, he says with a tad bit of venom in his voice.
Mhm. Looking over the sword, it's plain, no inscriptions, no nothing.
Um, the only interesting thing of it is that the handguard is like somewhat in the shape of a serpent. It
Hmm.
like if you've seen a I forgot what they're called. It's a certain kind of battle sword.
I thought you were gonna make the hilt like the seven deadly sin sword, but okay. And there is one, and out again, there is one other thing that's making me fight this a little, Chiante.
Hmm.
I see where you're going. I see what this opportunity is possibly, but it wasn't the way I was gonna go with it. But okay.
Path is presented before you. Will you take it or will you leave it?
Mm. Well, either way, does he respond to what the downside is, if any?
The downside is that I can't use you as a vessel to escape this place. No downsides for you. You get power. I get some knowledge of what's going on outside of this realm. Regardless, you'll be fine.
I kind of want to sense motive that
You can
or
sense motive
insight.
if you can do that if you like.
I'm gonna insight that. 11.
It's hard to read him. You're not very used to like reading the expressions of a creature like this.
Yeah.
From his tone of voice, he seems to be genuine.
It feels weird that you would choose me out of everybody. especially given all that's going on.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not the only choice. But I see great potential in you, though, that
In fact,
I'm
that may.
not
Uh,
I'm not the only
mm,
one that has their eye on you. I just decided to make a move first.
and I assume this offer only stands while I'm here.
No, no. You have this offer for as long as you care to accept it. He says, letting the sword land in front of you. Ooh, like as you're looking at the hilt of this sword, it's um if you know anything about swords, it's a dowel.
So I don't know Dal, but I'll look that up real quick.
It's a Chinese broadsword. It's slightly curved, but
Oh, okay.
it's mostly straight. But the handle turn like at the very end has a cobra at on it with these two pink
Yeah.
diamonds. It's embedded where the eyes would be, and it's sticking straight into the ground in front of you.
Uh,
I
I
only
don't.
offer deals that are open-ended and negotiable. You can take up that sword whenever you feel like it.
And I assume I only have to will myself back here later.
Yes, I'll leave the door open for you.
Very well. With all due respect, I do wish to give it a little thought.
Oh, by all means. I have another couple of appointments to go to, so
Very
you
well.
do you.
The next question is, how do I get to where I was initially going?
Are you done in here? Done here?
Well, since I am most likely going to take some time to ponder his decision, then yes.
All right. After a while, you do wind up back in the um, alchemy lab where Layla is residing. She's currently looking over some old notes that she has.
I am gonna have to get used to that, especially after that one, he says out loud.
You, you guys simply can't let me be rest in peace, huh?
Two things. Well, to be fair, I was asked to bring you something.
By who?
Take a guess. I'm the only one who went to visit.
I don't know what you do in your spare time. Hmm.
I went to visit your good old friend.
No,
At
that's too furnace.
correct. As he reaches back and holds out the puzzle box,
Ah,
or I'm assuming is a mental copy thereof.
I see.
I met him, heard all about his story, how he was killed and then woke up in his tomb inside a android body.
That man did like his toys.
Yep. And yeah. And he also told us a bit more about this as he kind of flashes the curse mark, what it was initially for.
Yes, it was to make a power source for his little toys. But
Yep.
that I saw a greater purpose that it could be used for, and so I co opted it for my own purposes.
Yeah, let's see here. What else? Yeah, it was more or less that after you killed him, his lab became the dungeon where he woke up. People who freed him have a little benefactor, and he's been made to make tools for that benefactor,
Oh, I
at least
bet
at this
he
time.
hates that. He was only ever in it for the betterment of everyone's way of life. He wanted to make things like they were back in the old days.
But
He
either,
was a fool.
but in either case, he gave me this and requested that I bring it to you, which
That's
I've been told a bit about it by a couple of my friends, and they were, of course, a bit worried about what it could do.
that's a simple puzzle box. It's not like it's a bomb.
It's a puzzle box that contains information.
Lila.
Since I can't recite it off the top of my head, Delbet will go over everything that Mana said.
Yeah. My, to my knowledge, is to my
Pardon?
knowledge, is
Oh,
I don't think that this is as big of a deal as they are putting it out to be.
I am simply voicing their worry. I sim I am the messenger, and I'm bringing this before you to let you decide. Do you wish to solve it? See what's inside? Do you wish it destroyed, thrown into the abyss?
I'll take it for old time's sake. Who knows? It might be a love poem from him. He did love those so much.
Very well. Then he will bring it over to Layla.
All right. As she touches it, you feel your hand burn slightly as she does something with your hand, and she produces a second one and
Hmm.
places it in the same place as where you placed the one that you placed, and they sort of meld together into one image.
Neat trick. I do have another question. Does the name Amon mean anything to you?
She stops. It rings a bell or two.
Because I just ran into him.
Hmm. In physically or mentally.
Well, I was on my way here and wound up in the Apocrypha of all places.
So that's
So
where he
mentally,
is.
he offered me magic power that you wouldn't get otherwise, and all I had to do was take a sword. Which it's hard to get a read on him, but it sounds weird. It sounds too good to be true, but it also lines up.
Amon is a slippery fool. He is one
Hmm.
of 8 of the heads of the god Orochi. Um, the Kusakage no Orochi was the child of Zada. They were defeated it after the god uh, after their father was destroyed in the war between the gods and the betrayers. They were defeated by I believe ye like hissy.
Hmm.
And this was before the Titan Wars, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So you would probably recommend against me taking that deal.
It's hard to say. He is the ruler of the ethereal in terms of the elements that the Orochi being was made of. He had seven other siblings: Vol, Inte, Suiren, and Angdo, Korafla, Haka, and Silver.
Hmm. All right. Well, thank you. I shall leave you be. I've delivered what I wanted to, and I now have some food for thought.
They're on the side of caution. He is a being far ancienter and more powerful than I can speculate.
Why do you think I'm asking you? I know very little about him. As much as I have learned about the past, I have maybe heard his name once in passing. Luckily, he
Unlike his
has.
siblings, he lies low.
He's what?
Unlike his siblings, he lies low.
Hmm. And that seems to line up with what he requested. He simply wanted someone on the outside who can feed him knowledge.
That sounds
Hmm.
about right.
Which is why I'm erring on the side of, is this a trap? Hmm. But I guess this is now that I look at it this way, it's also another potential path forward for me. It's just a matter of, can I see my way to the end of that road or not? Well, again, I do thank you for your time. Enjoy the puzzle box.
Yes, yes. Go back for your rest.
And he'll return. So I'm gonna ask you a player to GM question.
Hmm.
Will that do the same thing that I'm thinking of, or will it be a different subclass?
Well, you have a couple of options. You can obviously do Hexblade if you if that's still what you were wanting to do.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of a celestial arcane, whichever, like you can take it any route that you want.
Okay. I'll see. Like I said, as soon as you brought him up, as soon as he gave that offer, I'm like, yeah, this is another path through that. It's just a matter of, is this going to be one of those monkey's paw where it's going to bite me later? Because I don't like those kind of exploits. But either way, I shall. Dobat's mind will return to his own, and he will
He
rest.
also counts as a dragon if you want to do the dragon one.
The dragon. Oh, that homebrew thing.
Hmm.
Well, Dobat's mind will return to his own. He will more or less spend the next day research. So you can do the others.
Um, so you guys get a good night's sleep. Um, what are you guys gonna do in the morning? Who wants to go first?
Everybody's muted.
I'll unmute up
Sorry,
now.
I'm changing. Sorry, I was changing it back.
Actually,
Who did that?
that would be Nick.
Nick.
Nick, what? And there's John.
How dare?
Actually,
But
should Dove has? Well, nah. I'm gonna let everyone else do their things this time. I'm gonna mute up for a little bit though. Do some cleanup.
Wrong button. And also, you snitch.
Well, I'm sorry that I have a game open so I can actually see who did it. Anyways, y'all have fun.
I was getting water. What happened?
all right,
So,
quick question, Nick.
so I'll recap real
Maybe.
quick for a sec.
Answer.
Oh, go ahead.
How many popsicles did you have yesterday?
1.
But quick recap, Seth. So Dobat tried to go to the crypt. First wound up in the Apocrypha and got to meet Amon, who is now offering a deal. Then went on to the crypt, gave Layla the puzzle box, and asked about Amon. Dobat is now returning to rest, and it's now open game for someone else to pick up.
Well, I am going to. Well, first I'm going to wake Picari and ask her really nicely if she would cook something for breakfast.
You got the ingredients?
I have whatever's in the tent and whatever's in the bakery.
Okay, so what are you gonna give Bakari to make?
What am I going to give Picari to make?
Yeah, are you just gonna say, yeah, there's food in this bakery over there, and then there's food in the tent. Scrounge around? Is that what you're gonna tell her to do? Just scrounge around for the ingredients for your food?
Okay. I'll find the breakfast-like ingredients in the kitchen and in the tent, figure out a potential breakfast plan, and then present that to Picari.
Like, Bakari can make the food. It's just like, are you just gonna tell her go dig in boxes to find the ingredients?
I'm cutting that step out.
So what are you gonna?
But I'm going to attempt something today, and if it doesn't work, they're probably going to need a good meal afterwards. And then after the meal's done, I'll have nobody look deeper if there's still persistent issue after that.
Huh?
I'm going to try to treat the condition.
What? Bakari's looking at you kind of confused.
Don't you remember? Uh, this guy whose body I'm currently looking like has a son dying from an illness. So far, his father hasn't been able to cure. I think I have something that can help, but if it doesn't, then either way, probably gonna want a good breakfast afterwards. Because I won't lie, the medicine that I've prepared does not taste good. At least according to the other people who have had it.
Okay.
So I really appreciate that. Because I'm about to go wake him up. Not that
Alright.
he has anywhere to go, because he doesn't leave this place.
Then I guess Picaro will make something.
You mostly have flour, so pancakes. Alright,
Okay.
Also, out of game, we're out of cotton candy.
What?
Yeah, we have 2 orange dream. We have rainbow,
I don't want any.
fruit punch, and very
I
berry.
don't want any.
Ain't my fault. I only had one, and y'all saw me eat that.
I ate both the banana splits.
well, anyway, um, the child, you wake up the child. Oh, he wipes his eyes. Is everything okay, Father?
We'll know soon enough. I've acquired a new medicine that may be able to help,
Oh,
and
okay.
I have some new associates who are going to be hanging around to help me with some business. I'll introduce them to you shortly, as you'll probably be seeing them. Um, I believe one of them is around your age, so maybe you two can become friends.
Hmm. um, I don't, Father. I know my tutor is supposed to be here soon. Soon. Um, am I to eat some of the stale bread for breakfast?
Oh no. Well, one of them actually is an acclaimed chef. Uh, She'll be providing in the meal as part of her contract.
You've hired more contract workers. I thought you said that you weren't going to contract any more
No,
people.
no. Uh, this is more of a verbal contract. Uh, uh,
You
There's
know how
nothing
mother
stopping
would
her from.
feel. Well, mother would doesn't enjoy the contract system. She wouldn't want you to do that anymore.
I understand. If this venture that we've currently set out on is lucrative enough, then we won't need it anymore.
You sure?
I promise. Yes, I will never put another person under one of those contracts.
Hmm?
Now, you have to do something for me. I need you to drink all your medicine.
This looks yucky. I don't
Uh,
want to drink it.
uh, Well,
Would you rather die?
did
Um,
Sakari just yell that from the other room?
Bakari mutters that as she's making fucking pancakes.
No,
Well,
Bakari just walks in with a tray. It's just like, do you want to fucking die?
well,
um,
uh, you have options with this. You can either swallow it or it can climb down your throat.
um,
You
I,
probably should have said that.
Whoa!
what, what does that mean, Father?
Fucking.
So, this
Oh
is a
god.
special living organism that has curative effects when absorbed by the body.
I don't think that's safe. Did did you get that from one of the physicians here? I thought you
I
didn't
found
trust their holistic medicine.
I've been doing some research, and I found a recipe that, upon asking around, is trusted. So I'm hoping it will be sufficient to deal with your illness.
Mm.
If not, I do have backup who can more deeply in- investigate the underlying symptoms.
No, I wouldn't want to be a burden. He takes the cup and like with that icky face on look on his face, he holds his nose and he gulps down the slimy liquid. There, I I drank it, Father.
Okay. Um, it acts as a gadget that casts lesser restoration.
Okay. Actually feeling better.
Oh,
I feel like I could run for a little bit today. Maybe actually go outside.
Well. Before we jump the gun, uh, we're gonna let it settle a bit. Have breakfast. Just stretch a bit. Then we can take a walk around
What's
the neighborhood.
what's stretching?
It's when you flex your joints a bit,
Why would I need to
move
do
them
that?
around.
I should just go straight outside and run around. That's what all the other kids do.
Ah, but you've been very sick. Okay. And until we're certain that you've recovered, you can't act like the other kids. Not yet. But once we're sure that you're healthy and recovered, then you'll be able to live a much more active life. Something your mother would have wanted.
Mm, okay. What are those? He says as Picard brings in pancakes.
Plot twist: the child was just dying of malnutrition from just eating bread his entire life.
Yep, that's the secret. Picard,
no
what are
meat,
those?
no veggies, only bread.
They're just pancakes.
Pancakes. How do you make pancakes? Are they like the cakes that we eat from the bakery, but you make them in a saucepan?
Yeah, that's about the gist of it.
I do love cake, but Mom always said that we can't have cake before here we finish our dinner. Isn't it too early for cake?
Technically, you finished dinner last night, so.
Like you see his eyes light up as he just made like the most astounding realization that any child has ever made. It's always after dinner. All right, so you give him the pancakes and a nice little jar of honey from the local that you could just found in the bakery. He just gobbles up the pancakes. I'm not used to so much sweetness first thing in the morning. Father, you've changed.
You say he's a whole different person underneath that skin.
Ah,
Picard just stares up Manu as she
Oh,
slowly takes a bite of her pancakes.
oh, I
Let's say
fucking
that
love Picard today. They're killing it.
I think this
The most
festival has
depressed
been,
pancakes.
I believe this festival has been transformative for all of us, and I hope you'll get to experience that.
Huh. Are you sure you're my dad?
As much as anyone can be.
I love you, Dad.
Mana has a flashback, but we're not going to get into that.
All right, so you eat your child.
Here,
Like as you wipe the single tear from your cheek, we'll go over to I don't know, Dorothy. What are you doing?
this is the next morning.
Yeah.
Did Simon talk about where he's going or what he's having to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have brought it up last night.
Okay, so I'm gonna go find Simon after making a decision, um, to help him with your bad guy. Um, but I need to first teleport to the city over to find this priest. So I need to find, um, oh my gosh, what's his name? Starts with the K. Does it start with a K?
Avesuma?
Kave Suma. Ah, okay.
No,
Yeah,
that's
the
a
lion
I
man,
need to
right?
find him
no,
to
that's
get,
a
yeah, the leader of the mercenaries, right?
Yeah,
Ah,
leads
okay.
their guild, doesn't he?
yeah.
Find Kave Suma. We just have to come up with a plan for your bad guy.
Yeah, are you sure you want in on this one?
She killed my mother.
This could be. Alright, fair enough. Revenge killing it is. Good enough.
But first, I have to go and make sure that this priest can do what they need to do with my sister. Because if I can get you're a bad guy out of the picture, then it'll be a little bit more smooth sailing to get my sister to the priest. So it'll kind of help. Um, the thing is,
Okay.
you're supposed to be helping the uh Lady Red Scale, right?
Yeah.
With this task. Okay. Um, do you know why she wants them killed?
Yeah, he killed their boyfriend or something. Or at least that's who she suspects.
Okay. Well, maybe we can go and talk to her, see if she can find out some information or give us some information, to at least get us started.
Well, I'm planning on meeting her later today to give her my answer about it. Who else do you think we should get involved, if any?
Um, I like Nissa by my side,
Hmm.
but um, I mean, Mana seems like they got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Um, can try and talk to maybe nobody. I'm not sure what's all going on with them. Um, who else am I missing?
I don't want to get Dobet and Picari involved. So far,
Yeah,
they've,
that's fine.
or, well, Picari at least, has kept their nose clean.
Okay, yeah, then that's fine. Don't. Yeah,
Sorry, you sneeze.
Cardi and go back and full.
I don't want Dobet involved with the actual
Got
attempt, but
too
it's also
much
pretty well
stuff
connected.
on their plate. Okay.
What?
That's fine. Let me
I'll
find
ask.
Kave Suma. And then we can meet up later to talk to Lady Red Skill.
It's about
Yeah.
this time you hear the horn that echoes throughout the city, ba-bum, calling the contestants to return to the arena for the next round of fighting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody and I are fighting today again, aren't we?
Nobody just takes a sip, last sip of his
Stop using the
God
sound
damn
effects.
it! Who did that?
the last sip of his coffee and just sets it down and starts walking out.
Yeah, I guess Simon will head out as well. This is actually a good point in time to
I
ask
may
him.
actually have a challenge today. I had
Hmm.
not fully powered up today.
Where would I
Oh yeah.
find Kavasumo?
You know he's actually sits in the same booth at the tournament that you do.
Oh
So,
yeah, as I do. So I'll just go back to my booth.
yeah. All right. Who all is going to the tournament today?
I
Most of they did
imagine
give you a
Simon,
ticket to go
nobody.
watch the tournament from the quote
Actually,
unquote losers box.
Damn.
before I leave, hold on.
I mean,
I'm actually going to try to stealth out because I don't want to be seen.
Seen by who?
Anybody who's watching to figure out where we're living again.
You're going to stealthily move through the streets. Then give me a stealthily move through the streets roll.
Simon will not be doing that.
20.
By the way, any of the other people here, are you guys joining us for breakfast or are you just doing your own thing? I know some of you are drinking coffee.
You wouldn't let me in the house, so no.
I was drinking coffee in the tent,
I was just checking.
even though I don't need to eat or drink. I just do it for the taste.
Because, quote, Simon is too scary for children.
Well, it's just not the first person to introduce. Assuming nothing goes wrong, you should be introduced by this afternoon.
Anyway,
Also,
nobody, I wanted to talk to you. Where'd he go?
Left.
also, don't
Oh
forget to
yeah,
ring
I
Ma-
stealthed out.
don't forget to ring Mana up if you need that.
Mana's a dad now.
Oh well. To do is win. What was that?
Was what?
The fight.
Are you becoming paranoid now? You're being very jumpy.
No, I mean, like, literally all Simon has to do for today is just win this fight. That's it.
Hella sus.
Do.
No,
By
is
the
there
way,
any?
did nobody put in his notice that he's not going to be showing up for work?
I'm
Any if nobody's
pretty
participating in the arena fight, I'm pretty sure they would let their boss know that they're going to be fighting in the arena, so they're not going to be at work.
and also I'm not an official employee.
But yeah, but the schedule still made with you in mind.
I don't like how real this is, and it's unnerving to me.
Oops. Dropped Up to spin.
This is how nobody got fired.
And you know how much nobody cares? Not one bit.
That's fine. Hey, that just means your pay will get docked.
Oh my
Hey, you
gosh.
have proper notice.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Or is he?
Nobody may not care that he's gonna if he gets fired or not, but he does know when he has proper notice.
Nobody follows the proper procedures, even if he doesn't care.
I mean, if you're gonna do his job, do it right.
Um, so where's the? So it removed it from there. Is it in the scenes?
Does have, like, at the very least, a knife on him. Like, if things go south, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got a
Okay.
quarterstaff and 2 daggers.
Okay.
Don't worry, nobody is ready to stab someone.
All right.
I don't think.
Now,
If no one
now,
has
is
anything
he
else
gonna hit
going
hard?
on,
No, absolutely not.
we'll go to the arena. Let me see if I can find something.
I will not be going to the arena, but I don't know what I will be doing.
Well, funny you should mention that.
To the arena with me.
How how much would it cost you to hang out with this child I barely know?
Free money.
Oh,
Also, why is
How
it?
how much we
Oh,
talking here?
Free money.
How
He's
about
just a kid, and
5 gold to give them a chance and introduce them to some stuff, help them exercise a bit, try to stay inside the manor at first, and let me know if you're going to be leaving out.
this sounds like a caregiver role. I would charge a lot. And the child's a no.
Yep, 5 gold is like $500. That's more than most people will make in a month.
Hell, a Darby will come and help you out. Let me finish talking to Colin, and I'll run over there. Okay.
Well, Adobe is on the
Look,
list to meet him.
but
I
he's
would give.
getting. But this is getting.
Okay,
do I get a spending allowance
I'll
in
be
case
getting paid to
I
meet.
buy anything for this kid?
if you buy anything for him, you will be reimbursed. I would hope that you attempt to form a genuine bond, but I'm also paying you because I know that you are, you know, a mercenary, effectively. So this
So if
is
I
not.
buy this kid a firearm and teach him how to use it.
I would prefer you did not buy him a firearm and teach him how to use it. I would.
I don't
This
know. I
kid,
think that's a pretty useful
this kid has been
skill there.
bedridden. This kid has been bedridden for years, probably. I don't think he should go from that to pulling out a Glock.
All
But
right.
it's a very useful skill.
Here's the
So
thing, he's been sheltered his whole life. You have a lot of street experience, and you can leverage that into teaching him how to survive on his own And as somewhat
Okay, I'll
of a
just go teach him how to pick pockets then.
okay, let me finish. And as someone who has a criminal history, you could teach him how not to be a target for people like you. Because his father
Don't be
certainly did not
crippled.
do that. And the thing is, your benefit out of this is one, you get a really nice house that you get to live in rent free.
So what
That
you're
may,
saying here
Well,
is that you're just making
this
me his
you
street smarts tutor.
kinda, yeah.
can never to
Look, you're the only person here who's
money.
around his age. Dorothy looks around his age, but she's not.
So what you're saying here is that you want me to tell him to not carry all his money in one spot on his person.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Always carry a dagger today.
Plus, I'm confident that you can shank like 90% of the population here if somebody tries to start crap.
Well, then Nissa can't come with me to the guy's place.
Not necessarily. If Nissa leaves the house, uh, then she can bring him along with you guys.
That's funny. Yes.
So we're just gonna take this
Oh,
kid
you're
to.
serious?
All right. So,
Can he walk?
you
But
got.
this is going to test that before he leaves the house.
Are we going to
So,
take him
Nissa,
and
are you going to take
get
up
him training
babysitting
from
duty?
Kamisuma?
What do you think, Yosei?
Nissa, is Nissa going to take up babysitting duty for today?
Granny's not here by herself.
I mean, I think it's kind of partial babysitting duty.
So everyone else goes to the arena. Is Monin going in your disguise to go hang out with your two friends, Kamal and Eats the Sand?
Um, After monitoring his condition for a bit, I will inquire with Nissa if she plans on leaving the house.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will introduce the two of them.
You
So you
smell
just want me
funny. Father, can I get a different one that doesn't smell like they've been in a brush fryer?
I understand your misgiving, but Nissa is a good child. Uh, uh, she comes from a rougher background, but if you are going to experience against the wider city, you are going to need to adjust to a less controlled environment.
Well, isn't that why you bought me Street Smarts for Kids?
That only provides so much information. Nissa can provide you more worldly experiences.
Uh,
can I see that book? I need to make sure it's accurate.
it's it's like if someone who's never been actually in the streets is trying to teach people about oh, how dangerous this poor people are in the when you're walking around areas where there are poor people. Well, you got to make sure that none of them are trying to take money from your pocket.
Oh hell no.
I'm just gonna pickpocket him and then give it back and be like, yeah, see these, kind of do the see. This is what you know.
Father, you hired a sneak thief. I don't like her.
Don't worry. Nissa's past is behind her, but her skills have remained. Now she helps. Now she helps with refining security. In fact, one of my my other business ventures have benefited greatly from the knowledge that I've gained from her.
Okay. Since he needs to not smell like that.
That, that's then, and hold on. Let me speak to Nissa privately. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. He's being a bit more difficult than I thought he would be. However, if you wish, this home does have a fully functioning bath. Uh,
I think the price doubled.
okay, just as long as we're clear that just because I'm giving you 10 gold this time does not mean that any future payments that may result of this interaction are always going to be 10 gold.
Fair enough. As she goes and walks towards the bathroom to take a bath.
Hmm. Yeah, because the next time it's going to be 20.
Right.
Yep.
Meanwhile, at the arena, our brave combatants are getting ready to fight their next challenge. On this day, our combatants will have to protect a commoner as he waves his hand in front of the dummy that's sitting stock still in the middle of the arena from a vicious pack of wild creatures of various shapes and sizes. Who will come out on top? Who will perish under the pressure? Find out today in these matches. First up, we have Simon the Brave versus. He spins a wheel. The Giggle
Me.
Dogs.
What?
Hyenas?
I
Yeah.
hope they're hyenas.
Yes, it's how.
Dante.
Also, nobody's fucked.
Does Simon know what the fuck a giggle dog
Yes,
is?
you know what a hyena is. This
Okay.
person is clearly from Knox, and they don't know what the actual terms for a lot of creatures' names are, so they're just giving them
They just make them up.
The Noxian names that they were told to give them.
Alright.
Get ready and fight. Alright, I'll
Need
have to,
to be in initiative.
yeah. Um, so your objective is to keep the dummy alive for at least 3 rounds,
Okay.
and we'll have to. Uh, hold on. Yeah, we'll have to go through it next time, but you can roll your initiative.
Alright.
And if you can't make it for next session,
That's 5 of them.
If you can't make it to the next section, you can kind of just like time skip to nobody's, and then
Then we could
whenever he comes back, he can flash back to his fight.
we can also do what we did last time and just record the segment.
all right.
When there's a time that you and him can meet up.
You gotta
Also,
defend.
5?
Yeah, these aren't supposed to be giant hyenas. I couldn't find the normal hyenas in the compendium.
I think you could just shrink the tokens.
Well, they have different stats. So what I'll do between sessions, I'll search and try and find the normal hyenas. Because if it's giant hyenas, there's no way you're going to complete this.
I don't know. Seth does pretty well against hyenas.
I really hope I get your boas.
Oh yes, your swarm is Jerboas.
Just,
Unhinges jaw.
I'm just waiting for somebody to get like sandworms.
I swear to God, Kiari.
Also, Kiari, I wouldn't exactly say I do well against hyenas.
I mean, you just gotta match blow for blow.
Like a
You never
grudge
died.
match.
You never died to hyenas. You beat them up, and they beat you up. Circle of life.
So you have created a new sworn enemy for me.
What's that?
Guess hyenas are on the hit list now.
I did manage to find the regular hyenas. So I'll replace the giant ones with regular hyenas in time for next session.
Already right.
All right. Well, everyone say bye to the viewers.
Bye to the viewers.
Viewers.
Farewell and forget me not.